Hi, everyone. I'm Jen White, and I'm the Executive Director of Arise Immigration Services. I'm very happy to announce the launch of the Levy Fund for Justice to honor the life and legacy of our dear friend and founding board member of Arise. So 4 years ago, back in 2022, Cyndy, Jen Bulcock, Kim Betts, and I formed a team to provide pro bono legal representation to an asylum seeker from Afghanistan. I'll refer to her as Maria. So Maria was a doctor and human rights activist, and she did a number of incredible things in service to her community. Among them, she refused to give in to the Taliban's demand that she stop providing medical care to young women with urgent needs. And she paid a heavy price for her bravery. She ultimately fled her country after suffering persecution to seek protection in the U.S. So Cyndy and our team worked closely with Maria. We were continually inspired by her grace and her bravery and her resilience. And thankfully, Maria was awarded asylum, which is permanent protection and work authorization in the U.S. So in the aftermath of Maria's case, Cyndy and our team started thinking about how can we help more people like Maria and also equip more advocates to help immigrants navigate the complex legal atmosphere they find themselves in. And so Arise was born to address those two issues, the need for direct legal representation, but also the need for quality mentorship of new advocates, which is what we do. We provide new advocates the opportunity to learn while doing under the mentorship of an experienced advocate. So Cyndy was instrumental in all of this. And in the aftermath of her passing, we really wanted a way to honor Cyndy, her family, and her heart for justice. So as Ralph, her husband, says, Cyndy believed in justice for all, like really justice for all, not just for herself, but for everybody. So one of the ways that we do that at Arise is by helping folks who have limited legal rights gain access to things like work authorization and permission from the government to be here. These are things that so many of us take for granted. So every year in early April, the Levy Fund for Justice will allow us to respond to specific emerging needs in our community of asylum-seeking clients. So this year in 2026, our inaugural year of this fund, we are focusing on trafficking. So we are concerned that the government is creating a landscape that is conducive to trafficking. There are many reasons for this, but I'll mention three. So first, the government is imposing steep filing fees for applications for work permits and humanitarian protections for immigrants. Second, the government is stripping vulnerable communities of immigration status, which can result in exploitation and specifically trafficking in the workplace. Third, and perhaps most concerning, is that the government is deporting crime victims who are actively assisting law enforcement with their investigations. So this is happening even though there are statutory protections designed to forbid this. For example, the statutes that created the U and the T visas. So we address these issues in a number of different ways, the primary way being that we help folks get work authorization and permanent status in the United States, which makes them far less vulnerable to these kinds of issues. So we hope that you'll join us and support our effort to help prevent conditions that lead to exploitation and trafficking, and also help us help folks escape trafficking. So thank you so much for listening and for joining us as we honor Cyndy and the amazing life that she lived.